Alright, Virtual Racing School, VRS. Looking at it today, if it is worth it. For you, if you're kind of new to the iRacing scene, or any simulator racing in general, I have seen it mostly mentioned around forums regarding iRacing, and people asking, how to get faster lap times and things like that. It just comes up a lot of the time, and I've seen it, and I've been on the website before, but honestly, the first time I come across it, I was a little bit confused on the website. So, we're going to do a very simple run through of what to look at, talk about why I've taken the jump and actually have subscribed for the $10 a month, just to try it out anyway, and whether or not you'll find it useful. So it is very in-depth, but honestly, a lot of the things, if you're a newcomer to Virtual Racing School especially, or you haven't been racing that long and you haven't been up into the higher leagues, because the higher you get, the more every 10th of a second counts. So obviously then you're going to get really in depth and look at it like it's rocket science. But for a general newcomer to the app, or to the function, to the application, and someone that hasn't been iRacing for that long, or simulator racing, iRacing is the only one they've launched on so far, but who knows what they'll do in the future. As you can see on the right here, they're actually building their own direct drive wheel and pedals, so that's a big deal. First thing you'll see when you log into the website is this. It's telling me my last lap, because I had the telemetry software installed, and the fastest lap. 5 seconds off. That is ridiculously slow. That is terrible. And I was aware of it. I felt like my line wasn't that bad. Like I was up to speed with these guys in the corners, but they'll pull away from me up the straights and things like that. Maybe they got a better run out of the corner because they knew a different line and things like that. Or even more so, their car setup is perfect. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I went into it. So let's look at things. What do you get for your $10 a month? Well, they have videos that go over it a little bit, but it's quite hard to come across. So this is all that you really need to worry about. You go into your data packs once you've subscribed. You see a lot of these are premium. The ones that you're going to want are premium, right? So for instance, IMSA, I was doing the Audi GT3. Go across to here. Now, when you're not premium, you'll still see the same thing here. You see what the best lap time should be. Then you can go across into that. You can follow it if you want, so you can keep it at the top of your page. And then you'll see this. Now, if you're not premium, you won't see the video tutorial here. That's pretty much the only thing different. And you won't be able to access these uploaded session files. So it kind of just says uploaded session files. And if you don't know what a BLAP file is, or OLAP, or STO, which is like replays, or this one down here is actually a setup. Like, it doesn't really let you know that. And it might be completely obvious to some, but for someone like me that hadn't seen files like this listed or understand how iRacing actually saved its files, this is a little bit clunky, I'll be honest. Now, you go down here, there's all this crazy info. Honestly, unless you're going full-time crazy trying to, like I said, get off every 10th per second and look at tire pressures and things like that, and temperatures, you're probably not going to dive straight into that, first of all. But what you can do, I'm not going to show the tutorial because that's when you get in trouble. That's for paid subscribers only. And it is very in-depth. So he comes up to every single corner in slow motion, shows you the braking point, where you want to hit the line, and just gives you tips throughout every corner. What you want to do straight away is get access to the track. The setup here. You want to download it. So you just click on it like this. It'll download. You want to move that file into your iRacing C drive. So for instance, mine goes, let's look at this. We go C drive, and we'll find our iRacing. Don't mind, my PT technician did that shit, okay? I did not name my own folder Mr. Mustard. Go on to iRacing, and you can see we have setups here and things like that, lap files, which is what you do with these files over here. So you just drop in the IMSA zip file once you've opened it up into setups, find the car, and you drop it in there. There you see is the ones that you would have saved previously when you've been saving setups, and this one here. So bang, for the $10 a month, you've instantly got a setup, and it saves you so much time. Like, who's been doing hours of laps tinkering with certain settings. I have before and feel like you don't really get anywhere because the settings are so insane. There is other ways to get setups, but I've played around with setup sync and things like that, and you still have to trial and error a lot of them. Setup sync, just so you know, I don't want to be someone that mentions all these things and no one has any idea what they're talking about, or that one person. This is Setup Sync. It's a program you download and you can go find setups when you subscribe to cars. Okay, and it will install things here. You can access it through the game, but honestly, I found it it's a little bit hard to use still. You still need to really go out of your way. Bang, I've got it set up here, and you're going to be on the pace. Like, this is the setup that has gotten the fastest lap on the track. The one just under 133, 132.919. That's the setup. Bang. Like, that is incredible. Then you also have your B lap and your O lap files here. Now, these are a little bit clunky to use as well, if you don't know what they mean. They have a video that goes into it. But you download B lap, you can move that into your lap files. Now, I actually honestly haven't done this just yet, because you're meant to drop it into a track that the right name of the track, okay? So I got to drop that in there. And then what you can do is load in the fastest lap time recording. So the 132 lap time driver and car will be on your track as a ghost car. Now, they look exactly the same, but you can't hit them. Now, the best thing you can do now is you've got your setup saved. You can go learn the track. Okay, so we can load a video up and we can keep up with the ghost car. Once you can do that, you're up to speed. Honestly, that's all it is to it. You're up to speed and you're competitive. Now, if for some reason in certain sections of the track you're really having trouble, well, then you go analyze session. Okay, and this is the order in which I think I would do it as a beginner. Now, your target session, we want to try and get the fastest lap. We want to analyze from one of our laps. Now, they'll have saved here. You have your own thing, your own lap here, sorry. This is coming from data pack. If we go me, we can go session. So you get your lap up. And where is it? Down here. Okay, and now we can compare. So the target is the blue one, and we're the red one. Okay, click away, and here we go. Now we can see exactly where in each section, so T1, 2 up here, the first turn, where we're off. So red is us, blue is where you should be. Now you can see exactly that they are a little bit more tighter as they come in. And you can see if you break it down super slow-mo down here, you can actually look at where they're braking more, where they're on the throttle more. Okay, so that's a big deal. Over here, these super complex graphs, until you look at them carefully, we got speed, time, line distance, throttle and brake, and steering angle. So these three, throttle, brake, steering angle here, are probably the ones you want to focus on the most, and you can look at them a lot. Again, blue line is the target car, which you're trying to do, or the target lap, and red is you. You can see exactly where you're off. But this would be something I recommend after you've tried the ghost car to try and keep up with it. Naturally, you'll follow their line fairly well to get you up to speed a bit quicker. Then we'll come here if you need more time off and do certain things different. So I went out too far, cutting too wide, whereas they've just come straight across into the first double turn here. And then our exit is actually pretty similar, as you can see. So all of a sudden, that section, I know that the entry, I've got stuffed up. We'll move on to another one. Come up to the next one. This section, pretty spot on. If we zoom right in, you'll see that the entry is a little bit wider than mine. But there you go. And then you can pinpoint exactly where you're going wrong. And even better, if you've done the ghost car laps, well, then straight away you know what section it is, and you can just skip straight to it. Okay, you can see what's going wrong as we're in different sections. So that is the rundown of Virtual Racing School. That's what I'm going to use it for. I honestly just subscribed this week, But as for someone that's only been on simulators for 6 months, and I'm finding it really difficult in the B-class categories to keep up with anyone of any good pace, this is how I'm going to attempt to go through it. And I thought I would run you through my journey, because I believe someone out there could watch this video and be like, oh, I've looked at virtual racing school as well. Also found it clunky, but now I know exactly what I need to look at. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.